do you mean no?
In August 1319, Earl Thomas passed through Dunstanburgh en route to the siege of Berwick, almost certainly the only time that he ever saw his new castle. The pigeons have made a home here. Well. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Dan and I are in Dunstanburgh in Northumberland today and we're going to take a look at the castle. There you see over yonder the castle, which is on a pile of rocks right by the sea. It really is a stunning location. So why don't you join us? Let's see what we can see. It's certainly a lovely village. There's one or two pubs and a village shop and different facilities. There's even a fish and chip wagon, and it's barely 12 o'clock and already people are having fish and chips. So let's take a look around. We've arrived at the castle gate. Isn't that stunning? That's what it looks like closer up. That's what we're going to. We've already seen a yacht on the horizon and there's plenty of waymarkers. It really is a lovely place. It's peaceful. You're surrounded by flora, fauna, lots of different birds, beautiful clear sea, beautiful and blue, fishing boats, little wagons selling gifts and foods. In a place like this, in small communities, places that have harsh winters, you need to be able to diversify and just do things a little bit different from other places. And I think it works quite well. I like to see it. But it is lovely and quiet. It's a really nice location. I can see why it's popular with walkers and dogs as well. Dogs love to have a walk up here. So let's go and see it for ourselves.
Do you mean no? Yeah.
That's the North Sea.
There's the castle a bit closer.
Which sits atop a rocky outcrop, looking out high above the sea. It's about a mile and a half from the car park, which is pay and display. We parked for 3 hours. How much did it cost us?
£7.
Not too bad.
No.
Very popular here with tourists and walkers. Dunstanburgh Castle was begun in 1313 on the orders of Thomas, Earl of Lancaster, Lord of the Barony of Embleton, in which the site lay. From his father, the king's younger brother Edmund Crouchback, Thomas had inherited one of the largest and richest aristocratic estates in England, with substantial holdings in the North Midlands and Yorkshire. The Embleton Barony was geographically far removed from its centre of power. Just before inherited, war broke out between England and Scotland, but although the border lay dangerously close, only 25 miles north, Thomas seems to have been less concerned with border security than with his own protection. This was particularly the case after April 1312, when he and other earls led an army against Edward II and the king's favourite and alleged lover, Piers Gaveston. The king escaped by sea, but the earls captured Gaveston at Scarborough. During his journey to London under arrest, they summarily executed him at Warwickshire on Lancaster's land. Edward II had good cause to seek revenge for his favourite's death, and although he issued a formal pardon to those who had risen against Gaveston, it was soon afterwards that Thomas began preparations for a new castle on his northernmost estate. It seems likely that the castle was finished, or at least operational, by March 1319, when Robert of Winchester was appointed as the first constable. In August 1319, Earl Thomas passed through Dunstanburgh en route to the siege of Berwick, almost certainly the only time that he ever saw his new castle. In 1321 and 1322, Thomas again led military action against the forces of Edward II and his new favourites, the father and son Hugh Despenser. When it became apparent that this campaign would fail, Thomas and his adherents planned to retreat to Dunstanburgh as the safest and most remote stronghold in his possession. However, a royalist army intercepted and defeated them at Boroughbridge, Yorkshire, on the 16th of March 1322 and captured Thomas. After a humiliating trial, Lancaster was beheaded at his own castle at Pontefract. The king took Dunstanburgh Castle into his own hands, garrisoning it with 40-foot soldiers and 40 hobblars, which are lightly armed cavalry. The pigeons have made their home here. In fact, a lot of nesting pigeons have settled in the castles this year. We've seen quite a number of nesting pigeons in practically all the castles and priories and whatnot that we visited. This is cool. You can look through the window and out to sea. On land you've got these views out to sea. Well. The main feature of the castle is Thomas of Lancaster's original gatehouse, begun in 1313, with its two massive D-shaped towers. The ground floor contained two large guard rooms, both entered from the castle courtyard. The gate passage itself was controlled by two small lodges in the thickness of the wall. Defence of the gate passage largely depended on the frontal barbican, which was clearly part of the first construction, but its form is largely unreconstructable. At the inner part of the gate passage was a portcullis. On the first floor, reached by spiral stairs at both northwest and northeastern corners, and in the later Middle Ages also by an external stair from the courtyard, were further rooms for the garrison, more finely detailed, with two light windows with window seats and a room over the gate passage. The uppermost floor is very largely missing, particularly in the centre of the building, but surviving evidence and documentation of the early 15th century shows that the most important apartments in the castle lay on this part, including a hall and a great chamber. The most remarkable feature of the gatehouse's architecture is that although the low-pitched roof, which is covered with lead, sat over the second floor, there were tall turrets projecting above this level at both the south front of the building and at the rear. The south turret certainly contained two additional stories and further lookouts on the roof. Interesting. We might have to walk up to there. These people here are having a picnic. We could do the same.
Yes.
It's about time for a picnic.
I think so.
What does that mean, Dan? A man's toes.
High altitude cirrus clouds.
You see? You know the correct terminology.
And it's actually raining 6 miles up.
Oh, is it?
That's what the mare's tails are. It's rain.
Oh, right.
Ice crystals or snow. Fireplace there. Right, let's have a look upstairs. Modern steps.
No questions to it? No questions to it?
Latrine. Let's go up a level. This is burning off a few calories.
Hi.
Huh.
It worked. Yep. Wow.
Wow, look at this.
There's an information board here.
There's a sheer drop there, look.
Yes.
On that side.
I won't get too close. Lilburn Tower.
Yeah, this is the famous Lilburn Tower, which was named after John de Lilburn, constable of the castle, after the execution of Thomas, Earl of Lancaster in 1322. He wasn't a nice man. It's hardly surprising he was executed. It contained a single room on 3 levels with a fireplace and 2 light windows on the upper floors, and stone guardrails or lavatories projecting from the outer wall. In the Middle Ages, the tower would have housed the soldiers or officers of the castle. Like other buildings in Dunstanburgh, the Lilburn Tower fell into disrepair by the mid-16th century. The Lilburn Tower stands close to the highest point of the castle, providing excellent views all around, especially north along the coast towards Dunstanburgh Castle. Earl Thomas contested King Edward II's authority, and the site of the Lilburn Tower on the skyline must have been a constant challenge to the King's officers at Dunstanburgh. Its construction may have been ordered as a deliberate gesture. Whatever the motivation for its building, the tower's location and its distinctive high turrets made it an imposing landmark. In the 14th century, the fields below the tower were flooded as a freshwater mere, in the waters of which the tower and curtain wall were reflected. What a view!
Kids, listen, don't mind being in there. No climbing. Rupert, get down.
Well, thanks, that's our visit to Dunstanburgh Castle, the most remote castle in England, and a very lovely visit it's been too. We bought a little gift for our landlady. The staff here are friendly and helpful. It's a beautiful location. Everybody here is so friendly. We've had a chat to a few local people today. There's sheep in the fields, the sky's blue, the sea's blue, calm, which some people might not expect to hear about the North Sea. Absolutely stunning. But what do you think? What did you like about this visit best? Have you got any other comments to make? Please make them down below. And in the meantime, please give us a like, a share and a subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I or we will see you again soon for another one. Until then, bye for now.